Let's go! Well, hello everybody. This is what I'm doing on this video. Well, first of all, I'm playing Ram Jam by Jackie Mittoo, a Studio One Rocksteady classic. I must stop saying classic so much. I wouldn't play the bloody records if they weren't classics. This is the song from which David Ram Jam Rodigan took his name, and to which the Ram Jam Club in Brixton was called. Just a vein melter, that one, isn't it? To quote a Herbie Hancock tune. Now, where am I? Right, I'm playing on this particular video. I'm playing my top probably 8, 9, maybe 10 all-time Rocksteady favourites. Half of them I think I would take to my grave with me, and they will always remain my favourites, and half of them are probably my favourites today. The mood I'm in, the wind direction, the sun's shining, so maybe I'll be have a bit more bravado than I would normally be if it was the middle of winter, where I would be, with a small c, a little bit on the conservative side. So I think it goes without saying that if you're going to play a Studio One instrumental, you really should play a Treasure Isle vocal. Spin it back, Jack.
what your friends are buying. 'Cause money doesn't grow on trees. Tell me about the things that excite you, that makes you tingle with delight. Tell me where to hold and touch you. So when it comes to loving, I'm alright, alright, alright. Can't buy you, girl, or drive you in a GT car. If you're hungry, girl, I can feed you. With my money, girl, you won't go far. I got so many patches on my clothes, girl, a hole in the bottom of my shoe. You prefer love to luxury, then you got to tell me I'm alright, alright, alright.
That is the amazing voice of Dobie Dobson. Dobie, well, he's a serious singer. There's more to him than just reggae music, but he recorded some beautiful songs, including a great version of Benny King's Walking in the Footsteps, which he did do for Studio One. So as far as Loving Pauper goes, and it's credited on the label to Dobie Dobson with Tommy McCook and the Supersonics. So nobody got undersold there. And I've got Paul Stulfeld and my friend up in North Wales to thank for owning a copy of that, because he tipped me off about a record shop in Brixton in Montpelier, which backs onto St Paul's. So you've got a great, massive Caribbean, Afro-Caribbean, Jamaican populace there, and the vibe is great. So I went into this shop and I filled my boots up, and the bloke was great. He allowed me to reserve a load of tunes, and every month when I get paid, he'd send me a batch and I'd pay him. Just send him a check and he'd trust me that it wouldn't bounce. And as I developed this kind of friendship with this guy, I found out that he was born and brought up literally about 8 miles from where I'm sitting now. But he'd moved down there with his record business, and he'd bought a load of deleted stock from warehouses and what have you. And he had so many treasure isles, White and Red Island, Studio One, Coxon. It was a treasure trove. And even though I had a lot of those records already, like most Jamaican music collectors, you're lucky if you collect a mint, if you get a mint, and they were all mint, brand spanking new. So that's how I got that record. So quit the chatter and spin the platter. Heptone.
Rolling down my eyes. Why did you leave me to cry? Oh my baby, I wanted you to be a bride, and forever you would stay by my side? Why did you leave me to cry? Oh my honey, oh now I'm so all alone. I'll get no one to call my very own. Where did you leave me to cry? Oh my baby, I wanted you to be my bride, and forever you would stay by my side. Where did you leave me to cry? Oh my honey, oh now I'm so all alone. I'll get no one to call my very own. Where did you leave me to cry? Where did you leave? Where did you leave me? Where to cry?
There you go. The absolutely fantastic Heptones. Now, interesting little story with that. What you were listening to was actually the repress done, I would say, early 80s, maybe 82. And what Coxon had decided to do, possibly with a little bit of help from Sylvan Morris, is he decided to play the original metal tape again with just one added instrument. And I tell you, if you play that next to the original track that came out in 67, 68, there's a world of difference. That is so much better. So that's what that's all about. So we've got to play this, haven't we, if we're celebrating Rocksteady music.
Times when we used to sit in the park, holding hands together. I never should have gone away and left you like I did. I thought you'd take me back, but I was just a little bit late. I was born to lose. My lonely days and my lonely nights, girl, on the outside looking in, dreaming of holding you tight. Well, I guess I've had my day, let me go my way. It's me who has to pay, the loser they call me. I was born to lose. I was born to lose.
Gladys Anderson. Give me a little bit of ivories, Gladdy, says Lynn Tate.
Lonely days and my lonely nights, girl, on the outside looking in, dreaming of holding you tight. Well, I guess I've had my day, you let me go my way. It's me who has to pay, the loser they call me. I was born to lose.
Absolutely fantastic. Derek Harriott, clever bloke, entrepreneurial, great singer, fabulous songwriter, superb producer, label owner, you name it. He brought everything to the party for his Crystal label. And they recorded some beautiful songs backed by the Crystalites, Ike and the Crystalites. As I say, Lynn Tate, Gladdy Anderson, some great musicians who could match the sound dimension stroke soul vendors, Scatterlights in their pomp. So what do we play now? Oh, I think so, because in a dancehall context, we're just skipping along nicely. We hope people keep on coming in the dance. More.
Sounds and pressure. Gonna put on the pressure. Sounds of pressure. Who can take it now, leave it? Who can take it, stay under it? Oh yes, Lord. Now put on the pressure. Keep on coming in. Dig me straight. Dig me straight.
Well, Hopton Lewis, American music beauty, recorded at Federal Studios, where so many of the early ska and rocksteady tracks were recorded, and it conjures up such a great atmosphere, doesn't it? And it reminds me of a session I went to when Jack Ruby was over, and he played the Ace in Brixton, Jack Ruby High Power, and myself and my mate Alan went to pick up the tickets that I'd already bought from Dub Vendor, because we knew it would be a packed session. And so we went into Dub Vendor, and Brigadier Jerry was going to be the MC. He was going to be the DJ that night, and I was looking forward to seeing Brigadier Jerry. Bring it on, Briggy. And John McGilvray said, bad news, Briggy's not coming. Good news, General Trees is taking his place. And I hadn't really heard of General Trees. I think I'd seen a few of his records. Anyway, so I said, what's General Trees like? And John looked at me with his normal stone cold look and said, he's a good roots DJ. And he was bloody good, but not as entertaining as Brigadier Jerry could be. So that sums up the vibe getting into the dance hall. It was packed, people were all over the streets. They were trying to ram the door, and there was a bloke with a machete, like you wouldn't believe, swinging it around his head, shouting, get back Rasta, read your Bible. And there's me and Alan with their tickets going, please can we come in, you know. And they were great, like they parted the waves for us and let us in because we had tickets. And it was like that in there. It was just a vibe. Oh, so meanwhile, you got to play Prince Buster.
Don't be scared. Stop acting weird. Soon we shall meet on Orange Street. This music is sweet. Man, I caught your beat. You heard the news, old pal. Now don't run away. Oh, sweet beat, rocking down Orange Street. Oh, sweet beat, shaking up Orange Street. Don't get upset. You live to regret. You must show me respect. And don't you forget, like a fish in the sea, you're caught in my net. Oh, sweet beat, rocking down Orange Street. Oh, sweet beat, shaking up Orange Street.
So do you think I should have played Ghost Dance? Would you rate Ghost Dance over that Sound and Pressure? So, shaking up Orange Street. This is making me nervous. I'm under pressure now. Time is short and I've got so many all-time favourite Rocksteady records. So, anyway, this got the nod over Ghost Dance.
And if you run against cause I got a whip stuck right in my hip now. Oh, sweet beat, shaking up Orange Street. Oh, sweet beat, rocking down Orange Street. Oh, sweet beat, upsetting the stomach. Oh, sweet beat, pain in the belly.
Right, we've got to crack on. 3, 2, 1. My favourite Jamaican singer, Alton Ellis.
I cannot forget the night I met you. You gave me love in the morning. You stole my love
pretty sight, is it?
I cannot forget those tears I cried. You gave me love in the morning. You stole my love in the evening. Now that you're gone, I can't go on, girl, without you. I've never, 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 oh, I've never, never, never,
Hello.
I've never loved again. Ah, la, la, la. Ah, la, 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 la. No, I cannot forget those dreams I had.
I mean, this is soul music, isn't it? It may be Rocksteady, it may be recorded in Jamaica, but he's a soul singer.
Because of you, I had stayed late, and now I've lost my day. Now that you're gone, girl, I can't go onward without you.
He changes the word from world to girl, and I always get it the wrong way round. If I could just keep my mouth shut, I wouldn't make a fool of myself. Right, let's keep going. Oh no. 3, 2, 1. Derek Morgan. Eventually.
Rude is in court now, boys. Rude is in court. Rude is in court now, boys. Rude is in court. Order. Now this court is in session, and I order all you rude boys to stand. You're brought here for gun shooting, ratchet using, and bomb showings. Now, tell me, rude boys, what have you to say for yourselves? Your Honor, rudies don't fear. Rudies don't fear, no, boys. Rudies don't fear. Rudies don't fear, no, boys. Rudies don't fear. Rougher than rough, tougher than tough, strong like lion. We are iron. Rudies don't fear, no, boys. Rudies don't fear. Rudies don't fear, no, boys. Rudies don't fear.
Now, records like this, and some of the Prince Buster tunes, Judge Dredd,
Rudies don't fear, no, boys. Rudies don't fear.
they're all interconnected, they're all related, and they're all kind of competing in a way. They're singing back to the other one. I mean, these are traditions that go way back. Whether it was just a coincidence or not, I don't know, but the whole rude boy culture came out of this sort of stuff before ever fast beat reggae was recorded. But we gotta crack on. Cut adjourned. cleaned up version of a Rocksteady classic.
You and your smiling face doesn't mean nothing to me. Any man will pick you up just because of that smile you've got. But after knowing you as much as he's gonna leave you just like I did. The smile you are smiling with did excite me so much that I had a feeling I never had before. But after knowing you, I had to run. 'Cause it's only a smile you've got.
I instinctively want to hear you, Roy, toasting over this. Oh,
The smile you are smiling with did excite me so much that I had a feeling I never had before. But after knowing you, I had to run. 'Cause it's only a smile you've got. 'Cause it's only a smile you've got.
so that's the Paragons, the unmistakable voice of John Holt, with Tommy McCook and the Supersonics, another Bond Street classic from the Treasure Isle Studios, Duke Reed production. Last tune. Eventually, over these last few weeks with my isolation, coronavirus, COVID-19 lockdown shut-in, I've been resorting to playing some great music, in my opinion. And I've gone especially for the Rocksteady era, that little bit of filling in the sandwich between one slice of ska and another slice of reggae. There's a filling of Rocksteady. Rhythms and tempo of rhythms that are still being used in contemporary Jamaican music right now, and reggae music all around the world. When these artists recorded these songs 50 years ago plus, if you told them how reggae music and Jamaican music would have developed around the world, they would never have believed you. But trust me, it has. There's no music more international than reggae music. These musicians were the Scatterlights. They went on to be the Sound Dimension. real musicians. Shut up, Mary. Dub it up, Rasta. I just had to do that because that was the version, the B-side of the Heptones that I played at, near the beginning of this video, and it's beautiful. Strips it down, lays it bare to expose a bass line. Oh. So I thought I'd have to give a little concession to the 21st century, even though that actually was released in about 82, I think. So see you soon, everybody. That was my top Rocksteady records of all times.